What's up, everybody? It is Sunday. It is 7:01 Pacific Standard Time. Welcome to the War Room. We are in episode 19. We have one more episode for the season. Our guest tonight suffered some passings in her family, so we're going to try and get her on next season, which after episode 20 of this, we're going to take a little time off. Figure out how we want to redo this, restructure it. Do we want to do an hour? Do we want to do a half hour? And then we will be back. Be sure to check the Facebook page.
Nice.
Scrolling on the bottom of the screen for when we're going to bring War Room back. We just need to rework it and have a little bit of a break.
Yeah, breaks pretty much needed.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think we've kind of exhausted our original game plan, and because of the fact this has gotten to be a little bit of a decent show, that we need to reformulate what we're doing
and attack it from another angle. So, what we got tonight then? Since
all right. Well,
I know who you are talking about, and I agree. You know, let's save her for another season.
Yeah, we'll try and get her into season number 2.
Besides, she's a little busy right now with getting things going for the conference.
That she is, which will be at the conference, but we're also going to have no shows that weekend. At the end of March. I don't have the dates on me at the moment.
27th, 28th, 29th, something like that.
Yeah, so it's like the 29th. There will be no War Room. There will be no Unleashed for that night. We'll be taking it off. And then probably
I mean, we could maybe do an impromptu one at the conference.
We'll figure it out between now and then.
Yeah, forget it. We'll take that weekend off.
Yeah, last time we were running around the conference halls and 3 phones and echoes and
right.
Trying to make it work. It was chaotic. It worked. It was whatever it was. But tonight's topic came to me because I was unable to sleep. I work graveyard for 33 years, so me sleeping all night's kind of a it's kind of like a UFO. It's a mysterious object that we don't know much about, me sleeping all night. So I woke up and I'm scrolling through Reddit, and I was on one of the subreddits for a Bigfoot and a Dogman and a Ghost subreddit. So there were 3 of them the guy had cross-referenced. And he was asking, why do you guys do what you do? And a large chunk of people responded with, I want to get famous. I want to make a lot of money. I want to blow up on YouTube. I want to make a lot of money. And that's kind of when I was like, okay, well, we don't have a guest. We need a topic. So why do we do what we do?
Yes. Why is it we do what we do? And for as long as we've been doing it, especially you.
I know with ghosts, when we're doing active investigations, and I know we've talked about this one before.
Right.
That you're helping a client to understand and come to terms with the situation that they are currently in. Mm-hmm. Now, that situation could be they're unaware of what's going on and they need somebody to tell them exactly that the house is not haunted and these are the problems, it's squeaky boards, squeaky pipes, etc. You're making people feel better. Now, if they have a ghost, you're helping them out. Yes, you're not crazy. You have something going on here. This is what we feel that it is. if it's a demonic presence or a poltergeist presence, we could get them in touch with the proper people to make the situation better, thus making them feel better.
Right. And if it's not demonic or poltergeist, if it's just a spirit or entity, just, hey, he doesn't want to leave, we're there to help them as well.
Exactly.
We're not there just to help the client. We're there to help the spirits out. They may not even know that they're dead. You talk with them, say, hey, you passed away this long ago, and maybe something triggers and they're like, oh, okay, well, then maybe I should go ahead and move on. Or, this is my favorite place. I just want to stay. I'll keep to my little self. And, that's something that the client and them would kind of have to like agree on or whatnot. Say, hey, this is what's going on here. He agrees to stay, maybe up in the attic, or, if you need to go up in the attic, just say, hey, it's me. I need to go up here just for a minute. And then, just don't bother me or whatever, But it's not just a client. It's also the spirits themselves.
Yeah. Since I've been doing the podcast talk show circuit,
God, yeah, you've been busy with that.
I have been, and I've got one more appearance at the end of this month. I'm going back into the Witching Hour to do another hour interview. Last time we talked about all the ghosts in St. Helens, and this time I think we are talking about all the cryptids in the greater Columbia County, Oregon region.
All right. Well, I forgot when she was on, I forgot to ask her, where can we find her podcast?
I know it is on, I don't know the exact web address, but it's Kohi, Kohi 1600 AM out of St. Helens. I do know she also has the Witching Hour on Spotify, but she has not caught up to currently where she's at.
I saw it on Spotify, but what I've seen on there is like a couple years old.
Yeah, she hasn't totally caught up on her page yet.
A couple of years old. I mean, it'll take her a while to get caught up on that.
Yeah, well, I mean, she does have businesses and a family, and
absolutely.
So I'll try to drop I know the website does play some of her shows. I don't think it's like on a recorder.
Okay.
I haven't actually tried to go through and listen to that one, but no. So all the podcasts I've been on, we start talking about Bigfoot or Dogman, and I'm always getting like the same question after a while is,
why
were you guys afraid? I said, well, yeah, there's been a few times we've been a little spooked.
Well, anything with Dogman, anybody would be afraid.
Well, it's an unknown cryptid. We're not sure about it. We're still learning about it. I mean, of the 4 encounters we've had so far. I mean,
4?
Yeah, we've.
I lost 10 after 2 because I don't want to remember.
Well, we've had about 4 different encounters with them. So, and originally, I thought that they were being hostile towards us, especially when it was running beside a truck. But after talking to an actual Dogman researcher with 10 years of research just in a Dogman, we had a great conversation back and forth. And, he was telling me that if you're standing on the logging road and you start seeing them pop up in the tree line and nobody's making a move, they're more curious about you. Now, if we got in a car and we took off, now because we thought that maybe it was us target practicing that riled him up and that's why he was chasing us.
Mm-hmm.
I really had to do a lot of rethinking on this one. When the rock hit the back of the truck and we stopped to examine it, if they were aggressive, they could have got us at that point.
So then, do you think the fact that everything we've heard about dogmen could be, off, per se? Everyone seems to think that they're really, ferocious, vicious, and all they'll do is attack, instead of like Sasquatch, where, they'll be curious at first, so to speak.
Well, I know when we started with our little pod of Squatch, if we got too close, they'd throw rocks at us.
Right.
And now they seem to be a little bit more I don't want to say understanding, but that's kind of how I feel it, is that they're like, oh, it's these guys again.
Mm-hmm.
And we only basically get a mild threat when we get too close to a sensitive area of the woods.
Right.
Now, the dogmen, they have not tried to attack us at all. They're the first time we saw them, and they was one on either side of the road that we were on, and we were walking back. That was a good long distance. They could have had us in a heartbeat.
Absolutely.
But we were able to get back to the truck, load up the truck because nobody else was loading fast enough.
I know.
So we got to take, I mean, if we were to start firing blindly into the woods and just being hostile to them, then they might be hostile towards us. But what seems to be going on is they are curious about us. I mean, if you got one running besides the truck and we slowed down because I said, hey, could you slow down for a second? And that's when I rolled down the window and we smelled it. It could have easily jumped in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
It could have easily done something in a defensive manner. But it's when we started picking up the speed again and we got to that 30 miles per hour, it fell back and wasn't going to chase us. So what we've thought we knew, we've had to rethink. And a lot of the podcasts, when we get to the topic of dogmen, they're like, well, why do you guys keep going if you know that the dogmen are in these this time of year? And it's curiosity. I would have to say that it is 100% curiosity.
I have to agree with you.
I mean, originally, yes, I think we all thought that, there were aggressive things that were out there. But if you stop and think about it, how many opportunities have we just been standing around?
Oh, yeah.
How many times did one of us get away from the main group? For example, you and Josh went down that hillside following the footprints. I stood up on the road.
Yeah.
There were 3 that I saw, and then you joined me. So at any point, if they were really, truly aggressive and wanted to take us out, when you guys disappeared down the hill, they could have taken me out. When Josh went over to look at the dugout and the stick fortress,
mm-hmm.
he was by himself, and he said he heard 3 of them. So again, if they were truly aggressive and were just out to take us out, well, we would never have known what happened to Josh. He would have been a silent fatality.
The sacrificial lamb.
Sacrificial lamb, while we're sitting back there just staring in the woods going, I see one there and one there and one there.
Right.
But no, it's curiosity. Are we looking, if we were to take that same question, Silent Negan's going to be playing with the puppies.
We're going to have to chain him up to a truck so he stays away from them. So he can't pet the puppies.
If we took that same question Why do you do this? Are we looking, I mean, our documentaries, we're not charging, once we're all done, we're not going to charge big bucks. Maybe a rental fee if we have to, but we're going to try and keep it down low. We want to share this. Why am I on all these podcasts and why am I putting myself out there when I'm sure that there's a lot of people who don't believe our stories? It's because of the fact that we are not cryptid hunters. This is new for us. We are ghost hunters. We are paranormal investigators. I'm putting it out to the world. I'm throwing it out there. Hey, listen, you know, I ran into a guy on TikTok who was the Dogman researcher for 10 years. And I said, listen, man, we have a situation. My group has a situation that we're running into. We have tried the bigger groups for answers because we need answers. We need to know what we're up against. We need to know what to expect. And this guy was very gracious to share a lot of his research with us. And I did invite him. He's out of Texas.
Oh, is he?
Yep.
Okay.
And I said, if you happen to ever be in Oregon, we'll take you up. Okay. So are we doing this for the YouTube clicks, the Facebook clicks, the TikTok ticks, the clicks, the counts? Mind you, none of our stuff is monetized. None of our stuff is monetized. Because we're not out to make millions. We're not out.
We're not out to make anything. We're just out to try educate.
It's
Get educated and educate at the same time.
Yeah. We want to know what's going on, and we're not going to. That's why if we go right back to research, which was episode number 1 of the War Room, know before you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, I mean, we've seen these things. We've encountered these things. Seeing is believing for us. What we want to do is put out the evidence that we can find and we can document, and we'll leave it up to everybody else. Now, in the day of AI, I know there's 10,000 videos out there. I know I send it to you guys all the time. I try not to do it late nights.
No, that's when you guys just have your little chit chats. I have to mute you guys when I go to bed.
We try to wrap up chit chats early, you know.
Yeah, it's all good.
But no, we're not here to change anybody's mind. We want to know. We want to know what these giant cryptids are. We want to know what they're about. We want to put out our information. If it can change a skeptic's mind and they can look at it in a realistic manner and be like, okay, that is something.
And I mean, honestly, all these people, researchers, are out in the field trying to find or get proof, you know, a Sasquatch, and they're citing a Sasquatch, the Dogman, the Mothman, and all these other cryptids. What, I mean, honestly, would happen if we, inadvertently or unbeknownst to us, that we actually caught something and then put it out there, you know, a really unknown group of guys just, you know, curious just as the Dogmen are, Sasquatch is, you know, what happened? What would happen?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like on the last podcast I was on, you know, I talked about 7 years ago. And then when we stumbled upon them, you know, we stumbled upon that family.
Yeah.
And you had the thermal camera, and we've got a heat signature hiding behind a tree. And the host actually said it to me. He said, well, most of these people who have been Bigfoot researchers for 10, 20, 30, 40, I think he even said there was one guy that had been doing it for 50 years, a large chunk of his life, had never seen a Bigfoot. And he was like, and you guys on your first go around, you see him, and then now you've got footprints and encounters and noises and sounds every single year. And it's like, well, we're identifying the pattern that we're seeing. And when I was talking to the Dogman researcher, and I was trying to explain all this, I was like, okay, well, everything happens on this one little mountain.
Right.
And I'm like, if you think of as a clock face. So the north would be 12 and go around. Like what seems to be happening is the Dogmen will start down in the 4 or 5 o'clock position, which would be the Blue Gate. And then they are moving clockwise around the mountain. Because on the backside of the mountain is a river that has a fish population that spawns.
Oh, absolutely.
So that would make sense on why they're in one region and moving around. And then the Dogmen seem to be coming right in behind the Bigfoot. During the summertime, they're making that lower region their area. But I mean, there's new information that we got to take into effect of, is this migration theory of ours valid?
Right.
Because I mean, we know where the Bigfoot are. They move further up the mountain and probably up and over to the other side. That's why we got to check the other sides of this mountain, not just the southern side.
Right. Well, and it would be good too. I mean, obviously we've seen and tried to cast some Bigfoot prints, but it would be good to see if we can get a Dogman print to honestly know for sure.
Well, I mean, once we can identify the region, I know that I was talking to Josh the other night, and where we're finding all the evidence that's across the road where they seem to be like lingering the most.
Mm-hmm.
If we go back on that end, we might just locate them. And I mean, some of the evidence that I'm not going to totally give away because it's going to be on our documentary. I mean, we thought some of those structures were dug out with a stick. I had to go back and rewatch the videos.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Well, if they're like dogs, then they would dig it out.
True.
And we were finding, looked like someone had used a stick. What if it wasn't a pointy stick?
I see.
Jamie Logan on the YouTube chat, she says, I feel like we're going to do some camping this summer. At the end of the day, if we don't get any evidence, we're out in the fresh air, exercising and having fun with friends. Yes, because we do have to go back to Scaponia Park and camp out for a night at least.
Yeah.
Especially with reports of a giant dog walking around the park in broad daylight.
You know damn good well we ain't gonna sleep that night. We're gonna be out in that damn woods. We're gonna sit in ghillie suits and just hunker down and see what comes down our way.
Well, I think we all have night vision cameras. We've got thermal cameras.
Yeah.
Sleep, who needs sleep? I run off about 2 hours of sleep on my weekends off. But I mean, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, we're definitely not doing this for the money. We have not monetized this program on anything. We're not monetized on Spotify. We're not monetized on YouTube. We're not monetized on TikTok when it gets on there.
Yeah.
I mean, we could. I mean, we can get on to TikTok, and I have the ability to run maybe the War Room. We move it from Twitch, and we'll move it to TikTok, so it'll run on War Room. Will just be on TikTok next season. TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, and then I don't know, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we're not out to make money. We're just out to satisfy our curiosity and the curiosity of said cryptids. And if money comes our way, then it comes our way. We'll never say no to money.
Hey, the money is just going to go back into the fund to buy more merchandise that we're going to need for game cameras and
more toys
to set up. I do know for the movie that, well, the movies, realistically, we could depending on how all this goes, we can film Bluegate Bigfoot Part 1, Part 2, The Dogman Part 1, Part 2. All kind of depends on how much footage we get. Because I want to make them each about 90 minutes. About an hour and a half seems about a good medium.
And then the other investigative location.
The Pisgah Home, Ghosts of the Forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think we're going to get two full movies out of that one. I think that'll pretty much be a 90-minute and then good, unless something really fabulous just drops in our lap.
Right. Yeah.
And then, if our friend Dana can hook up a certain location, definitely would be another documentary for the year. I mean,
I would almost, and I mean almost, put everything else on hold just to do that one.
Well, the cool thing is, I mean, one of my coworkers asked me, well, how are you going to shoot 4 different movies? Because I know we got a Bigfoot, Bluegate Bigfoot, Beast of Bluegate, Ghosts of the Forgotten. Right. All 3 of those are in the same neck of the woods.
Absolutely.
It's all on the same mountaintop.
Mm-hmm.
The Oregon coastal Bigfoot would have to be a whole weekend trip out to the coast. Or at least a good long day trip. I mean, we could probably shoot it in a day.
Yeah. I definitely would like to see the area that you guys got that stuff on from.
Oh yeah, it's right outside the main campground right there. I mean, it's literally over by Battery Russell. I mean, it was just that close. The fact that we left Battery Russell, we did a quick, EVP session that the best we could with people that were there. We went up the side trail to a radio room, and that's where we saw the prints. And then, what was it? 2 years ago,
radio Mayday.
Well, 2 years ago, we went back to Seaside, and we went back to Battery Russell, and we, went back to the room that we get all of our activity, and then we went up the trail, and we followed the trail down into a little swamp area, and we were getting wood knocks, and we were getting whoops back at us. So it's like, and then if you looked at the BFRO witness statements, they've got a couple from Fort Stevens.
I'll
So
have to look into it.
yeah, but I mean that would pretty much just, like I said, maybe us guys get in the truck and we just take off to Fort Stevens for the day and tromp through the woods and videotape some stuff. That could be a day shoot. Everything else would, depending on how, like I said, depending on how much footage we got the first time go around, we could easily have everything done except for editing, and then have the rest of the year to edit.
Nice.
Mystery project happens to come to fruition. That'd be a whole nother one.
Yeah.
But that one might actually have to be a 2027 release. I mean, some of these we will do the 4 that we've got originally planned, and if we got sequels that we build out of all the footage, I mean, like if we're doing a Dogman video and we've got 6.5 hours of footage off of body cameras, hack cameras, main camera, drone footage. If we've got all this stuff and it, we look at that and go, oh yeah, this is 4 hours of footage. We're not going to do a 4-hour movie.
No.
People, that's like Avengers style movies and Avatar movies.
Right. Yeah. No.
So there's our part 1 and our part 2. And if we got lucky on the Bigfoot stuff, there's 1, there's 2.
Yeah.
So anyways, we are over the 30-minute time limit. Closing remarks, James?
Hell, I really don't have much. If there's anything at all. It's been a long day for me today, so I made it back in time to get on here. So
we're gonna get out of here. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Again, this is episode 19, episode 20, and then we are taking a break to rework everything. Up next will be Unleashed on these same channels. Continuing on with Route 66.
Yes.
Hopefully Tammy's gotten more sleep than you and I have, because otherwise it's going to fall flat on his face.
I don't know, man. Over the weekend I had plenty of sleep.
That's a good thing she's driving the tour bus.
Yeah. Yep.
On that note, thanks everybody, and we will see you on the War Room next week. Bye.
Bye.